Welcome back to the channel, the main event here. So today we're gonna go over Iron Bundle. Merry Christmas to everybody who celebrates in December and not before Thanksgiving, depending on when this drops actually. So forget all that. Anyway, Iron Bundle. What is Iron Bundle? It's basically future Delibird. Delibird grows up in the future. So first things first, let's compare the two mons. First things first, with the Iron Bundle, you can see it has a massive speed stat, massive special attack stat, really great defense stat. Attack is middling, HP is terrible, special defense is really bad. But compared to regular Delibird, all of the stats are really bad. All of it. Every single one. The ability can't fall asleep. And then Hustle was an okay ability in Gen 8 because you could Dynamax, right? But like 1.5 times accuracy, and your Pokemon's attack is 1.5 times, and your accuracy of physical attacks is 0.8. That's not a good ability outside of Dynamax, at least in my opinion. So it has Quirk Drive because another one is Future Mons where it gets boosted by booster energy or electric terrain. Like I said in the last Iron Pokemon video, I do like the booster energy item on most of its sets just because if you're going with like offenses, putting like a life orb or your choice specs or something just doesn't seem as worth it. Because life orb is 1.3 as well, but it's taking the life orb from something else that doesn't have booster energy, doesn't have Quirk Drive. Choice specs is 1.5, but it locks you in. I really like the balance that this brings, and I think it's going to be essentially the best item. Now, obviously, you can always use other items if you were going to have a terrain setter, but I'm not putting these together with terrain setters necessarily in mind. Should have said that in the previous video as well. So first, I'm gonna go over like what I think is like it's probably its most just flat out offensive set. It's gonna be Blizzard, Hydro Pump, Freeze Dry, and Protect. It's also probably gonna be the toughest to use just because Blizzard and Hydro Pump can miss a lot. Freeze Dry is like your safety net where you can hit for some consistent damage. Also Freeze Dry lets you hit water types. So between Blizzard, Hydro Pump, and Freeze Dry, you're hitting most types. With Blizzard, you're hitting grass, you're hitting flying, you're hitting rock, you're hitting ground. With Hydro Pump, you're hitting fire, also hitting rock and ground. So that's what 4 or 5 types already. Freeze Dry lets you hit grass as well. Same thing as Blizzard, but also lets you hit water. So you're hitting water, grass, fire, rock, ground. Flying. So you're hitting 6 types for super effective damage with this set. Obviously, you just use Protect to protect yourself. Because this thing's move pool is actually not great on the special side, at least. So another reason why this might be one of the more difficult sets to use. Not only do you miss with these, but if you want to get the special attack boost, the booster energy boost your highest stat. If you want to be a bit safer, you can always just go max speed if you want to get the speed boost. But you're gonna be outspeeding so many things except other opposing max speed iron bundles that I think a lot of players can actually get away with this. For the Terra type, this is the one and only time I can think of where I will be like, okay, you know what? You can use Terra Ice. Just because again, you're going for the offenses and you do have 2 ice stabs here. So if you could boost those up and land your hits and hit things quickly, you can not worry too much about damage. It might be safer to use the max speed in this case, just because you're getting the ice stab doubled or whatever it is. But again, this is just really offensive. This set here is more of a supportive set. So this one, as you can see, does not have the booster energy. It has focus sash because you want to be able to get these moves off as many times as you can. Chilling water, what that does is it does damage, which is really good because this thing still has a great special attack stat. So I do recommend still using the max special attack, but definitely go max speed for this so you can get these support moves off quickly. Excuse me. And I consider chip damage as support as well. So even though these moves don't do a lot of damage, the chip is helpful. So chilling water, 50 base power, 100% accuracy, lowers the target's attack by 1 stage, which is like awesome, right? You just do a little bit of damage and lower their attack. That's better than like stuff like Charm, which I guess Charm is priority on prankster users, but otherwise it doesn't. Baby Doll has priority, but doesn't do any damage. So I really like this move. When you're going this fast, it feels like priority. Icy Wind lowers things speed, so you can run something slower next to you, outspeed it with this Iron Bundle, lower their speed, and then outspeed it with your partner. Because I'm pretty sure dynamic speed is still in this game. Obviously, Helping Hand is one of the best immortal moves ever created. After you lower the opponent's speed once or twice, now you're outspeeding with your powerful mon, and you're helping handing it and getting off big hits. Taunt is just for opposing support mons. You want to stop Trick Room. You want to stop them from using their supported moves on you first. You can taunt them before they get that stuff off, and then you're good to go for the rest of the game. Terra type for this would just be water, and I would recommend, if you do Terra type for support sets, to use water, just because it mitigates your weaknesses. Ice is terrible defensively, but water is really good. So yeah, you're just weak to grass and you're weak to electric. But you resist like steel, which is a big one. You resist. Pretty sure you resist other water. You resist ice. So I think in most things, everything else is like neutral. So I would recommend the water Terra type for this set. This one is more of a balanced kind of middle ground kind of set for people who don't want to do support, but also don't want to take the risk of being super offensive. So Ice Beam is a more powerful move than Freeze Dry. It does not hit water types, but it is stronger base to base. You are a water type Terra type here as well, because again, gets rid of all of the weaknesses, and it gives you a consistent water type output damage. Hydro Pump is 110, but it can miss a lot. And if you look here, if you go to its water stabs, besides Chilling Water, you get Chilling Water and Water Pulse. Like, those are the only two special water moves it gets besides Hydro Pump. And like Whirlpool. But like Water Pulse is 60. That's not really middling. That's very low. Which is why I went with Terra Blast here. Again, this is very middle ground. Protect is a safe move, and then you can still have those fast taunts. You could, if you want, switch this for something more powerful like Blizzard or Hydro Pump. But I think just having a taunt here is safe enough. You could even go with Substitute if you want. Again, this is meant to be like a very safe middle ground kind of set. You do consistent damage. You Terra type into water to mitigate all those ice weaknesses. Get extra stab on your Terra Blast. So you do a lot of damage, and you can keep yourself healthy. This one is the foolishness set that I'm about to show you. The nonsense set that I would probably never use, but it's just something for fun for people who like doing weird things in Pokemon. Ice Spinner is a physical base power of 80. I'm not sure, so keep this in mind, because it doesn't end the effects of terrain. I'm not sure if terrain has to be up for it to be used, because you know that the other move with the steel type, Steel Roller, where it has to have terrain. I'm not sure if this works that way. I'm pretty sure it doesn't, though, because I'm pretty sure I got hit by Ice Spinner in the Ice Gym, and there was no terrain up. So base 80 attack. Terra Blast is your physical stab. You're going to Terra type it to normal, because you get rid of all those weaknesses, and you're only weak to fighting. You were already weak to fighting with ice anyway, so you're actually just making your defensive typing way better, because you're getting rid of all the other weaknesses in the game. And because you are Terra typing into normal, you get 150 Giga Impact, which is like its most powerful move that it gets. It's funny. And then Protect, of course. And then you see here, we went with max HP, max attack. Max HP, max attack, Brave. And why am I doing Brave? Because if you look at the attack stat, it's 145 when you go 252 plus. It's 140 when you go a minus speed nature. It's 140. And with booster energy, if you want to get the attack boost, your attack has to be higher than everything else. Even your special attack is still only 1 point lower. And this is all at max IVs, of course. You can always like lower the IVs. But yeah, so in order to get the max attack stat, you have to go a negative speed nature, which is kind of like how Stack Attack, to get the attack boost, you got to go negative defense. It's kind of insane. And I'm sure you'll still be outspeeding stuff, which is the crazy part. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying this so far. Let me know other suggestions you got down in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.